I will take a look. Anyway, well, welcome. We are here checking out the finals of the Soloway knockout from the 2022 Phoenix NABC. Board 1 underway. We have Team Street versus Team Cope. Cope was down and out for most of yesterday's match against Fleischer, but they made a miraculous comeback at the last few boards, and so made it all the way to the final. And Street seemed to have has been doing quite well in their matches. They've had mostly easy runs. I don't think they've had too many close calls on their route to the finals. Joined once again by Craig here.
Everyone.
Yeah. So
It is interesting. The bracket did kind of fall apart fairly early. You know, some of the really strong teams didn't make it nearly as far as you would have thought. Like Nickel in the round of 16, Grew also in the round of 16. All these really top teams just struggled in this event.
Yep. But only the strong survive, and so we've got we do have a big match on our hands. So whoever wins this is going to walk away with a national championship, and I mean, certainly they're going to be very happy with their accomplishment. It is not easy to win one of these giant team events. I think I alluded yesterday that my hot take was winning this is like pretty close to the equivalent of winning a Bermuda Bowl. You have a lot of the top players in the world all competing in the same team event. So
Yeah, I believe I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure we'll find out as soon as the event ends. But if Finn Kolesnik wins this, I believe he will be the youngest player ever to win a major ACBL team championship. I think Kyle Larson may have won a Risinger at age 17. But I think the youngest knockout winner would be Finn if he does pull this one out.
Very cool. So we came in the middle of the first board. Four spades was bid on the north-south cards. Looks like a sensible spot to reach, but with the heart rough, and I mean really with the trumps being 4-1, it was going to be a difficult contract to pull off no matter what.
Yeah, the natural way to play trumps is toward the king queen, and once you do that, you're committed to two trump losers.
Yeah. So, but the defense just kind of found their heart rough, which made things very straightforward. Not too difficult when East makes an opening lead and sees that the opponents have a 5-3 heart fit. He's looking at ace-king third. He can just quickly give his partner rough. Yeah, so this East-West pair yesterday had a couple of wild boards. I don't know if it was with you or if it was with Steven when I was doing some commentary that Finn and Ish seemed to be guessing wrong on every hand. I guess that must have been the third quarter. They were bidding to 5 spades and going down 1. They bid to 3 hearts and went down 4, just on like a part score battle. Vulnerable, by the way. And so it felt like they were making a lot of wrong guesses. Hopefully they can turn that around today. But it does seem to be their style a little bit, that they kind of come out of the woodwork and make some offbeat bids here and there to try and generate some swings.
Yeah, I think we've seen that Finn is, as juniors go, not super juniory, but probably the most juniory person left in the event.
Yeah. Well, so on this board, I mean, North's 2 club bid is a little unusual. Only king, queen, doubleton of hearts in support. I'm not sure what the alternative is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one spade maybe, but that's a little scary with a weak 4-card suit.
Yeah, it can depend a little bit on your agreements, whether you would frequently bid a spade with 4 here. I think a lot of people do, partially to avoid this kind of problem where, you don't have heart support, but you have values and you want to move forward. So
Yeah, I think a very common expert agreement is that one spade in that auction is forcing because you are going to have hands like this where nothing is suitable fairly often.
yeah,
Two clubs is reasonable, especially since you are over strength for your advance here. With a full 13 points, so you're not going to get in too much trouble.
right. Oh, I have another setting that's bad. Hold on, give me a second. Let me change this. I don't know if this is really affecting the stream at all, but I think. I can't change settings while I'm live. Well, rip. Anyway, here we go. This is gonna be.
You can fix it for the next quarter.
Yeah, maybe. This will be an interesting broadcast. Anyway, if people come in and say, "Hey, your stream's super laggy," then I will know what to fix at the very least. Okay.
I am wondering. I guess it's not your normal schedule to start this early, but no one's watching, which is a little surprising.
We're a few minutes in. I think it takes some time in general to get people to filter in here. My normal streams, even, it usually takes like 15 or 20 minutes for anyone to show up. So I think yesterday, we started with 1 or 2 viewers, and then we got up to 5 or 10, and eventually we hit, what looked like the carrying capacity at around 20. So
Nice.
hopefully shortly we will get some people filtering in.
For a while, there was never anything to this hand. Pretty straightforward. For heart contracts, just draw trumps and claim with the ace of clubs on side.
Right. Yep. Ace of clubs on side, mostly marked from the opening bid, and trumps splitting. Diamond Queen was off, but Declare only had 3 losers, so. I'm a little curious, did Declare take a diamond hook at trick 1? He did.
Yeah. A little surprising there, although I guess there's no real reason not to, right?
Yeah, if you're going to be leading a club up to the king to get a hand entry, the only scary thing is, how do you get back to hand to pull that third round of trumps? But it looks like Declare was mostly going to be safe. King, Queen of Hearts unblock, lead a club up towards the king, and...
I think what you have to assume the club is on side if you're going to make this hand, and after that club opening bid, there's no chance of a ruff against you, so I think it was totally safe to do what he did.
Yep. So we do see a bit of a swing to the Coke squad. Board 1 at the other table, they were able to stop an apart score. And with suits splitting a little unfavorably, also the opponents having a few too many aces and kings, stopping an apart score worked out.
11 opposite 11. It's not totally clear that North-South should have been bidding as high as they were. I think there's always a heart rough outstanding with that holding. So,
Yep. Okay, so 2 passes to North, who opens a spade, and East with just a balance 13 doesn't really have a call. West balances in with double. And what do we think East is going to do?
I personally would bid a very heavy 1-no trump opposite the passed hand and just not worry about a game. There we go.
Yep, tend to agree. Not
opposite an untapped hand, probably 2-no trump just to give partner one last chance to bail if he had a light double.
But yeah, as you say, if you're going to be opening a little light, and I can't really tell from the East-West partnership, because we saw Ish pass a really, really good 11 count with Ace-King, 4th of spades the other day. But if you are opening a little light, then with 13 here, you basically can't have a game, even if you have the heart fit, which you might expect, but 3 queens, king, queen, third in the opponent's suit.
Yeah, I think right with that king queen third of spades. Sure, you have the 4 hearts helps with the takeout double, but I would totally ignore them.
Yep.
That hand just looks like a no trump hand to me. Even when you have a 4-4 heart fit, what are you roughing, right? Because you've got a flat hand with spade strength, so your partner's not going to be able to rough a minor. You're not going to need to rough a spade when you have a king queen, so there's just no reason to look for a trump fit.
Yep. So
anyway, this is going to be extremely comfortable for East West with their 23 high card points in one no trump.
For sure. And I mean, the layout is so incredibly favorable to East West that 3-no probably was making.
I think he'll just win this ace of spades, lead a club immediately, and get the extremely good news.
Mm-hmm. So that'll end up being 4 clubs, 3 spades, and certainly at least 2 hearts. He'll play a club to the probably jack. Okay, queen of hearts. This is a sensible alternative line in 1 no trump. If he needed 9 tricks, he would have to work on the club suit, and it makes.
And he can be free. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, he's pretty sure the king of hearts is with north, so with those strong heart spots, this is a pretty good way just to set up some winners and guarantee at least 7 or 8 tricks.
Right.
And he can still play clubs now, which he probably will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing about going after hearts first is that he's kind of stripping his hand of entries, so if the opponents give up on spades entirely, those king, queen of spades might be stranded a little bit, but he has plenty of tricks on the side. Yeah,
and by the end of, or near the end of the hand, the opponents are going to have to play a pointed suit, and either will be good for declare, either it'll set up a diamond trick or get him back in hand to catch those spades.
Right. But with the favorable club position, declare is going to be very happy. It looks like he's going to end up losing a heart and 2 diamonds from here, or maybe just losing a heart and 1 diamond if South continues spades.
Yeah, if they don't catch those diamonds now, they go away, or one of them goes away.
Yep. So 180 for declare. You say, yeah, a bit of heavy 1 no trump, probably can't have game. When everything splits well like this, and suits just work out for you, you are taking 10 tricks and no trump, or at least 9. So it could be a bit of a swing to the street squad, depending on what goes down at the other table.
Yeah, I think it's a little hard to construct a sensible path to game, even though obviously if you could see both hands, you would want to be there, even not seeing the opponent's cards.
Right.
He just has no reason to go looking with 13 opposite a passed hand, in my opinion.
Sure.
Even if Barter could have 11 at most.
Mm-hmm.
The spade holding is good for stoppers, but bad for trick development.
Right. Yeah, I think it would be unusual to end up in 3-no, but if they have kind of a similar auction, North has a pretty normal 1 spade opener in 3rd seat, then East might bid 2 no trump over a balancing double. West would probably raise with the 5-card club suit. That would be my guess. Also, I'm not sure who's sitting East-West at the other table. If West ends up opening a club on their hand, which wouldn't be everyone's choice, but some might.
I don't think anyone's red-white 2nd seat.
Yeah, they might get there. So it's Mano and DeFranco. I think that's actually the only pair that we haven't taken a look at. Maybe we can watch them in one of the subsequent quarters.
Yeah, I don't think any West would open that 2nd seat red-white, but it is true if East makes any kind of encouraging noise, West with a maximum passed hand is certainly going to accept it.
Yep.
Meanwhile, they're probably just going to get to 4 hearts pretty quickly here.
And then what? Are we also getting to four spades?
I guess I come pretty close to making. Yeah, it's a down one red save, huh? Losing
Well,
a
four
spade,
hearts
two
doesn't
hearts,
make,
two
right?
diamonds. Four hearts doesn't make. Don't you lose two diamonds and a club, and that's it?
Only one
Oh,
club?
sorry, the club is offside. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was onside, because I haven't had nearly enough coffee is the answer.
Yeah, I'm not
correct.
sure that East West is going to reach four hearts. I mean, maybe on this start, with East coming in three hearts here, a little light, but you just kind of have to, you just have to bid your hand, right? You can't afford to
I think
let
it's
them.
absolutely, and particularly,
Yeah.
it's not even that light, right? Bidding here shows, under pressure shows like a 2.5 heart bid, and a full 14 points in aces and kings these days is, very comfortably in that range.
Yep.
I think, if North had hypothetically not had a fit and passed, East would have been two hearts. I think West would raise this with the 5-5. The hand is just a little too powerful in playing strength to give up, even opposite a simple raise. Maybe I'm wrong. It's obviously very close, but I think you have to, you have to respect the playing strength of the West hand in an I card fit.
Right.
Part could just have a doubleton diamond also, and then the hand's going to fit incredibly well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little surprising that East didn't double four spades. Obviously, he thinks only one heart and one spade are cashing, but he did bid a game freely, so it seems like doubling would be somewhat attractive. Obviously, he's going to be happy / disappointed that the second heart cashes.
Yep.
Maybe it's just too close, but having bid three hearts, your partner can double if he needs two tricks from you to go plus.
Mm-hmm.
Your partner knows approximately what your strength is, so this may well be three. This is probably going to be a swing board, either 3Ms or a much bigger swing.
Could be. I could definitely see North-South just reaching four spades at both tables.
Yeah.
But oh no, I
I think
feel
depending
like
on how confident East West are.
Let me see if I can write something in the chat and pin a message just so that new people coming in. So let's see. What should I write? Something short and sweet.
What's the issue exactly?
Well, I just quickly clicked on the auto config options, and so it's given me the default stuff for my stream, which placed a really, really high bit rate.
I see.
That could cause some lag or something. Oh Jesus! It's not even letting me. Oh, this is a disaster. I can't even type in my own chat. Well, there has to be a better way to whatever. It's fine. Let's just cast the bridge.
There has to be a better way.
Yeah, let's just cast the bridge, and worry about other stuff later. Hopefully, people will let me know if something's horribly wrong. Okay. So Ace of Diamonds is gonna be the last trick for the defense, but that will be down one. Four spades in the north down one was the first hand. Four spades in the south down one. We just see. Maybe north-south should stop bidding spade games. That's the lesson of the set.
Yeah, so we'll see whether they do generate a swing on the previous board. I would be fairly surprised if East West find their way to a game, but you never know.
Mm-hmm. But this table seems to be playing a little quicker than the other table. I guess, as I mentioned yesterday, that's fairly common that players will slow down towards the end of these long team events. Not only because they want to
like
make sure that they're playing good bridge, but it's like it's been an exhausting few days. They need to collect themselves, and the stakes are much higher. So they want to make sure they don't miss anything.
yeah, and obviously IMSA on the first board count the same as IMSA on the last board, but somehow people buckle down much more in the last quarter. Like the first quarter, people are just like throwing cards around.
Yep. Yep.
And that's a bit of an exaggeration, but in my experience, people play the later boards much more carefully than the earlier boards.
Yeah.
Well, so a little interesting here that West has chosen to respond to spade. I think some players would ignore the spades and just show it as a 3-card limit raise.
Well,
So I was going to joke that he said rejected the junior 1-no trump opening, but obviously rejected in favor of rebidding 2-no trump.
that's true.
I think a very sensible rebid, by the way, with that hand.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would say that. So, what was your alternative to bidding a spade?
A no trump and then jumping to 3 hearts to show a 3-card limit raise and just not worry about finding a spade fit.
But you can still do that over a spade, right? A heart, a spade, and no trump, 3 hearts.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Assuming there's no implication of, well, I guess even 2 hearts might show something like that.
Right.
I think 3 there might have an implication of a 4th trump, but if you're pulling 1 no trump to 2 hearts, you must have some reason to be bidding this way. So,
Yep.
that's true. So West has made this game forcing check back, pretty standard. 3 clubs would be presumably how you get out.
3 hearts showing the 6th heart.
I do not think that's what it shows.
Okay.
I think 3 hearts just says that he has a reasonably strong suit and wants to hear what partner's intentions are. Of course, West is going to be a little interested here, but I think he's just going to give up now. I think he's done everything that he possibly can at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what has been shown because if they've found a 5-3 spade fit, I wonder why West decided to play in hearts rather than spades.
Yeah, so it's also interesting because East never knew that. I don't think East ever knew that West had 3 hearts, but East knows that he has 3 spades, and his partner has shown a game-forcing spade response. So it is also a little surprising that East didn't raise 3 spades to 4. If partner had a small doubleton heart, which is very possible. King Queen 7-5 4 deuce doesn't look like a really promising trump suit compared to just playing spades and partner's known strong suit.
Yep.
Yeah, auction was a little weird, but they obviously landed on their feet, unless 3 diamond was a transfer, which is possible.
Yeah.
The operator said it was game forcing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it was.
Right. So declarer is going to run the spades, guess which minor suit to pitch, and lead up to the king. Oh, never mind. This makes a bunch more sense. Declarer is going to cash a few hearts before running spades. Get some signals from the opponents.
Yeah.
That looks like an encouraging club from north and an encouraging diamond from south. I have a good guess as to which minor suit I want to lead up towards.
Yeah, I think Declarer will get this one right at this point.
Yep. In fact, he was so confident he ended up claiming.
As announced that he was going to pitch 2 diamonds and lead a club, and the opponents put their hands back in the board.
Yeah.
It's a very, very common kind of claim at these levels. So this table was quite a bit faster than the other one.
Yeah, we're still missing 3 compares. They are on to board 6. And
possibly that means something interesting is happening on board 3 if they're taking a long time, because in 1 no trump, the play I think would be fairly quick as it was in this room.
Right. Yep. Maybe we'll get an exciting result, like 1 spade redoubled. You saw that hand from the Fleischer match yesterday, right?
I did, and I feel the same way you did. You really want that 9 of spades for that double?
Yeah.
Like, you want your partner to be leading a small doubleton, and ace jack 8/5 is not a great holding opposite a small doubleton, but ace jack 9/5 potentially is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one probably kept North up at night.
Yeah, I don't know if Marty is the type to be, losing sleep over some of these hands, but it's...
I think not really, but that was pretty dramatic.
Yep.
And I actually didn't see the play. I have no idea how they took 10 tricks.
I didn't either. I quickly went back and just clicked on double dummy because it felt like 10 was a lot, and all double dummy told me was that a trump opening lead. I didn't even see the opening lead. It was probably a trump, but a trump was the only opening lead to let DeClaire make 10 tricks. So
I think a trump is pretty standard on an auction like that.
Yeah, but it's like, again, that's not a suit I want to be leading from. So I understand.
Maybe that's wrong because after the redouble and the Kokish sequence that drawing trumps is going to be really bad for your side because once the trumps are gone, the opponents are going to have a million high card winners.
Right.
So trump lead, even though it's kind of normal against double part scores, probably isn't right there.
Yeah. Okay, this auction is very weird, and this is a Paul Street special, I think. But it looks like he got out...
Did it go some way other than one no trump transfer? I wasn't watching.
He opened a club.
What? Come on.
On the 16. And then when his partner bid a spade, he rebid 2 spades.
Instead of making a support double.
Well, I think a spade should show 5.
And also having a 16 count. Yeah, but you just make a support double, it's unlimited, and then yes. Oh, yeah. But, it's true once we showed 5, but that's still why you play support doubles, to help your partner make an informed 3-level decision, whether it's in an 8 or a 9 card fit.
I agree, but I don't think partners should be making a 3-level decision. I think we should be bidding to the 3-level.
And I think we should be opening for no trump on our balance 16 count for Paul Street's in the final of the Soloway, and I'm not.
That is a fair point. Regardless, it looks like DeClaire is going to be limited to, I was going to say DeClaire is going to be limited to 8 tricks, 2 diamonds, 5 spades, and a club if he gets the clubs right. They did well to stay low. They did very well to stay low with both of the round aces offside.
Can he come to 9 tricks by setting up clubs?
Probably, but it's not even so obvious how you're supposed to play clubs, right? Like, sure, if you play a club to the 9, you're going to do great, but if you play a club to the king, you might get in trouble. And with all these diamond leads, dummy's going to get tapped. There will be no entry to the good clubs.
So you win this with the king, lead a club to the king, they lead another diamond, you lead a club, they tap dummy, you rough a club, and now you're in some entry trouble. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if DeClaire takes 7 tricks.
So he might just play to rough 2 diamonds and, just figure that some of the time the sense will drop, so the time he can just single in his low trumps to take some extra tricks.
Yep.
Especially in 2, that might be an attractive plan where, your goal is really just to take 8 winners and not worry so much about how many losers that leaves you with.
Right. Then again, planning to rough 2 diamonds, he still needs to get back to the north hand to rough 2 diamonds. He'll probably make this, but I think it's not so obvious how he should go about it. Anyway, he's off to an okay start. Club to the king. Defense has to make some decisions. Yeah, do you switch to spades? That leaves the ace of diamonds as an entry later for the clubs that can be set up. Do you switch to diamonds, take out the entry? Looks like Ish goes with the diamond continuation.
And also, from Mish's point of view, he's going to think that some of the time when they can force dummy to rough, it'll promote a trump trickster's partner, and he's right.
Yep.
And Finn trying to promote his own trump trick here, which sort of doing Declare's work for him, given how low the contract is.
Yeah.
In the other room, there's a good chance they're going to get to 4 spades, right? North will transfer, maybe invite, or maybe start with 2 clubs to show a light invite in spades. South probably will like their hand with a 5-card suit and very strong support with King Queen Jack tight.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be a huge pickup for Street, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The question is just how much.
Yeah, being white will obviously help. If they make 110 or 140 here and the teammates get plus 100 in the other room, it's 5 or 6 imps.
Yep.
3 no trump superficially didn't look to me like it was going to make. I think it's a better contract than 4 spades, but I don't think there's any realistic chance of taking 9 tricks there.
Yeah, I guess if Declare plays a club to the 9 on the first round, they have some chance. But that feels like it might be a little too slow. Obviously you look like a genius, right? And technically the way to play the club suit would be low to the 9 if you're only looking to get 3 club tricks, because then you can cross back and play a club to the king on the next round. But I don't think you have time. If you lose 2 clubs, the defense presumably will have set up either diamonds or hearts, and they'll be able to cash too many tricks. So
yeah, and your entries are kind of tangled. You would have to overtake the spade to do that, and given North's shortage of entries, once you do that, you have to cash all the spades and make some pretty uncomfortable discards from South.
Yeah. So 3-0 doesn't look like the spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a club to the king is the only realistic play.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Declare is, I guess, considering roughing with the 9 maybe to sort of take a finesse against the 10. No, it's considering pitching. That seems like a slightly strange play. My guess is that actually Declare thought that roughing finesse was going to win, because notice Finn played the 8-trick one where a lot of players would split their honors.
Yep. I was going to make the same point. So, yeah. Club to the queen, another diamond tapping dummy makes some sense.
Yeah.
So we can rough. I don't know if we cash the spade king right now. Probably do, but then it feels as if play another club throwing a heart no matter what happens.
Yeah. Maybe with the 10 of spades onside, something silly happens and you end up not losing, here I guess he'll do that. They'll pitch or they'll do whatever they do, and they'll lose 1 spade trick from here to make 3.
Yep. No, not 3. They still have a heart and a spade to lose.
No, isn't he just going to play a good club pitching a heart and only lose 1 spade?
Right, but they also rough in.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, they rough in onside, and he's got to lose these 2 tricks. You're right.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably pitch here and hope for the best, but of course it's not going to work.
Yep. Okay.
Or not.
Well, roughing with the 9 doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I don't. Yeah, because East would never rough in onside. He had 10-6 remaining.
Yeah, whatever. Look, he's doing God's work over there. He'll get 2 more spades, making 110. Good swing to Street. So after Cope has picked up a few part score swings so far in the match, Street will be on the scoreboard. I have to imagine after this hand, but we have to wait and see what happens at the other table. So board 3, there was a small swing, but it was not because they ended up in 3 no trump. It was because over the 1 spade opener, East with that flat 4-3-3 made a takeout double.
I'll be back in 1 second. The doorbell's ringing. Feels
Yep.
like probably a package delivery of some kind.
Yeah, so this bid on board 3, okay, we get an announcement of short break by the Vugraph operator. Takeout double's very interesting on the East cards. I mean, you're facing a past hand partner, you only have 13, you're 4-3-3, a lot of your strength is in the opponent's suit. The one upside that you have going for you is that you do have 4 hearts. So if it is your hand here, maybe you need to be the one to come into the auction. Now, the counterpoint to this is that if you have spade length, North has spade length, your partner probably has spade shortness, they're very likely to be able to balance in over one spade opener. And as we saw at this table, the one that we're currently watching, West did balance in with the takeout double. So it seems a little strange to me to come in with double, but I don't think it's that insane. It just looks a little counterintuitive with all of that spade stuff sitting over there. Two spades on this last board, I mean, a kind of gross underbid of the north-south cards that really works out well for them.
I can't imagine what South could have been thinking. I understand sometimes it can be right to not open a no-trump with a no-trump hand, but this is not the one.
He got a stern talking to from Nick yesterday, maybe. I didn't see all the boards, but it's possible Nick was like, okay, Paul, here's the thing. We're in the finals of this knockout, and you're just not allowed to declare hands. So please open a club.
Yeah, normal bids and plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what got him here. It's what's going to get him through it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know. It sounds like you're talking about board 3. I don't love that double by East, but we've seen that earlier in the event. It's much more of a European thing to double on these balanced hands with strong holding in the opponent's suit.
Yep.
You know, the double basically just says, partner, I have a decent hand here.
Yep.
Without screens, it's probably more effective.
Sure. Nice. Always taking the jabs at
well, that particular pair, yes.
Yep. So what is the break?
North is a smoker, and I think West maybe as well.
Got it.
Or possibly Nick just needed to take a walk to cool off after. Like, obviously he knows he got a great result, but he's going to be pretty unhappy at how his partner handled that hand.
Yeah. God, should I put something in my title? I don't know. There are a few people watching. If you're a regular viewer and the stream quality is like substantially lower than normal, please let me know, because I had to reset my entire OBS before stream today, and I think I got a couple of settings wrong, so I apologize if some of the quality is down. I know I said this a couple times now throughout the broadcast, but still sorry about it. Stream quality's fine, thank you. I appreciate the feedback, but it's a little frustrating that Streamlabs, okay, BZL says don't see any difference. Got it. Gotcha. Cool. Well, we're back from break. Board 7 in the match.
Let's see if this goes past one no trump, as I think it probably will. The north hand is a little heavy.
Yeah, North feels a little good for a no trump. I mean, the Jack of Spades might not be full values, but it is only 15.
16, I make it, right? Ace, king, king, ace, jack is 15 plus the jack of spades.
Sorry, yeah, I mean without the Jack of Spades, I was counting. But yeah, it feels a little heavy in playing strength. Good 6-card suit, an ace and a king outside.
Yeah, agreed.
But okay, so we do see the 15 to 17 no trump. I think I did mention the other day, not really my style in general to open 6-card minors and no trump.
I love doing it.
Yeah. So, I think you were right. You were absolutely correct about board 4. Your analysis was spot on. They did double 4 spades and earn themselves 3 imps. Previous board.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a scary double by East if they're only taking one hard trick, but your partner's got something, so there's no over tricks. You're investing 5 imps at most.
Yeah.
And when the contract is different, even less than that.
Yeah. Could have taken it down to commentary. Maybe we're talking about a different board.
Yeah.
So a no checks out. We get the board 4.
And to me, by the way, this is an example of why it's a little dangerous to do things like downgrade the Jack of Spades. It turns out to be a really useful card opposite partner's Queen 10. Like, I don't like upgrading, downgrading honors before I know a little bit about the deal.
Mm-hmm.
You don't love it, Jack Doubleton. It's not exactly full value, but it's probably close enough.
Right.
LeCuyer is, I guess, hoping that the opponent set up a spade for him, or maybe like switch to a diamond and let him take his king without worrying about where the ace is. That's possible.
Yeah, I guess I would say you're right, Iwan. That board 2 you can double dummy hold this to 8 tricks, but I think it's going to be realistically impossible. Hey PJF, no, I did not call your boss and ask that you could be given a sick day today. Because for that to happen, you need to cash 2 hearts and then take the diamond ace before exiting spades. And that's just kind of an unrealistic defense, looking at the king, queen, 4th of diamonds and dummy. But you are technically right. They can beat it an extra trick if they do everything right.
Sorry,
they did take 3 red tricks. Okay. Wow.
What's the line to beat it 2 on that? What's the line to beat it 2? You take 3 red tricks and then what?
Then you exit a spade. You go spade to the ace spade. There's only 1 spade entry to dummy for 1 club hook, and you can only get 2 pitches on the king, queen of diamonds. So unless there was some unusual like entry squeeze that I've missed in like the trump suit, which I don't think is happening, it looks like you can get it down to. Yeah, so apparently the other table hadn't had a chance to get 500 against it, which would have been a pretty big swing. Anyway, let's focus on the board in front of us, because that's why we're here. We saw the spade lead. I mean, I know Trump is just going to take however many tricks it does from here. Maybe not too thrilling commentary from this point. Diamond to the ace.
Like the number here.
Yeah.
6 clubs and the king of diamonds, ace of hearts, and not much chance to take another one.
Yeah,
the opponents have a million red suit tricks.
Yeah.
Decent result for North-South here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
so it looks
fairly
like 9 tricks total. I mean,
would not surprise me at all if it's exactly the same in the other room.
Yeah, it could be the same. Obviously, North-South have good chances at making 3 no trump with all of these winners, but if East-West start diamonds early enough, they're going to set up enough tricks to stop declare.
And it's basically impossible to get there, right? They have 16 opposite 5, I think.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I think you would need to take the view of North's hand that your hand is a 1 club opener followed by a 2-no rebid, which is kind of what I was advocating for when I said the hand feels a little strong for 1-no. But I believe if you open
I
a
feel
club,
like it's right on the cusp.
hmm?
Sorry, I think it's on the cusp, but like South still hasn't raised with his 5-point hand.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, you might just play into no Trump on that auction.
Yeah, I figure if you do open a club though, you're probably just rebidding 3 clubs. PJF says, "Do I mean a 1 diamond opener and 2 no rebid?" Yes, exactly. That's what I intended.
So I think if it goes a club past a heart, you would rebid 3 clubs, but here where it goes a club past a spade, I think you will bid 2 no Trump. Maybe not. I think it's plausible, but I think I personally would try 2 no Trump if I heard partner respond to spade in my Jack Doubleton.
Well, on this particular deal, East did have a 1 spade overcall if the opening bid was a club, so a lot of different things would have happened in that scenario. We could see a vastly different auction.
Yeah. If we do, I think it'll be probably 1 inch north-south for making 150 versus whatever plus they get in a club partial at the other table if that happens.
Right.
They'll still have 8 fairly easy tricks in the other room, right? Lose. Yeah, actually, they might go down in 3 clubs. If the opponent still hearts in time, you lose the diamond, 2 hearts, and 2 spades.
Yep.
So this could be a few inches north-south.
Yeah.
Looks
So Street battling back. Looks like the other room has caught up a little bit. They
that long break in this room helped them get back on track here.
Yep. So board 6, we kind of expect Street to pick up a little bit. We don't know how many, depending on whether they get overboard in the other room. Also could depend on the defense and the play. I mean, I don't think 4 spades has a good chance, but if Declarer takes an unusual view in the club suit, they can set the suit up pretty quickly, hooking the queen jack with East. So alright, just waiting for Declarer to cash out here. I mean, technically that 5 of diamonds is setting up in the south hand.
I think he'll. I think he probably will actually take a 10th trick here.
Well, he will now
like
now that the King of Hearts wasn't unblocked.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That feels like a big miss from West. I mean, he's already counted out 15 high card points from Declarer. Oh, never mind. Vugraph operator says 150, so I'm guessing he did unblock the king. It was just a transcript error.
Yeah.
That was a lot of hearts in the East hand.
Still a nice result for north-south on that board.
Yeah. So 1 club, 4 hearts? Are we...
I think so. Yeah, opposite of past hand, I think. No reason to do anything else.
Yep. Yeah, so 1 club, 4 hearts... Double? That feels rich. Probably pass, double.
So I think 100% that this South will pass. An expert South would probably also pass, would be extremely nervous about it.
Yeah. So it's going to go pass. North has to reopen with double.
I think so too, but I don't think it's completely automatic. It is a little scary, with basically a minimum opening. Paul's giving it a look here, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, 4 hearts could pass out. The 3 small diamonds look a little suspect in the north hand. You would hate to have it go double and partner bids 5 diamonds. You're a bit protected because you've opened a club.
So North can be almost 100% certain that the hesitation on the other side of 3 is from his partner, because West is a passed hand, can't ever have anything to think about. So he may have an ethical issue and solve it by passing here.
Yeah. Again, I mean, we might just not be fully aware of what's going on at the table. It could be the VuGraph operator was the one who hesitated. So
That's true.
um,
That's true.
but yeah,
I should say, if there was a pause, then North will know who the pause was.
right.
So he does double. He does get this for spade bid, which looks like it's a down one save. And I don't think one can realistically double this.
Right. Yeah, the issue with East-West here is like, okay, East has a good hand. Maybe he was expecting to make 4 hearts, but he has no idea if 4 spades is going down. He has no defense. West has all the defense for their side, but he has no idea if his partner's 4 heart bid was preemptive or like bidding to make. So
Right, and even all of West's defense still kind of only adds up to 1.5 tricks. It's a long way to a plus score.
yeah.
Yeah, so from East's point of view, he might only take 1 trick. The Ace of Hearts could very easily not be cashing.
Yeah, so the defense should be pretty straightforward here. Overtake the heart, switch to the King of Diamonds. Looking at that dummy, there's really nothing else to do. It'll go King of Diamonds, Queen of Diamonds, overtaking, Jack of Diamonds.
So, I actually disagree here. I think it is... So he did shift to the king. I think you need to shift to the queen here, because when you play queen then king, partner will know to overtake with ace empty third and give you a ruff. Here where West has the jack, he'll overtake anyway, but if he didn't have the jack, West would have a very difficult decision on the 3rd round of diamonds.
Gotcha.
But fortunately, he was saved by his partner holding the right cards.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, switching to the Queen of Diamonds is correct.
Yeah, it's like for the kibitzers who haven't seen this kind of thing before, when you play your honors in a non-standard order, it's generally a wake-up signal to your partner. So normally you play king then queen. When you play queen then king, it's a really strong signal to your partner that you have an unusual holding, which in this case has to be king-queen doubleton. You know, same as like leading an ace from ace king doubleton at trick 1 if you normally play king from ace king or the opposite.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so 4 spades down 1.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you say feels like a good result for North-South. They have 16 high card points combined and got out for down 1, undoubled and a save. But I'm guessing the auction will go the same at the other table.
I think so too, but you still got to be fairly happy as North to have made this light balancing action and gotten such a good result out of it.
So, curious about your opinion, passing versus double with East here over 1 spade.
White, I would almost certainly double. Red with a dead minimum and only 3 hearts, I think. Passing is, like passing slightly regretfully feels like the right value. Maybe at match point you just double regardless because it's so important to get on these close par score hands.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like bidding, but I'm a match point player, so I think you're right. At teams, it's probably you risk too many bad minus scores when you're red by coming in with this one.
Yeah, I think move one of those small diamonds into the heart suit, so it's 4x1 with the same high cards, and I think everyone would double as East, even red-white.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very clear to do so. I mean, even if you flip the club and heart suits, it's an automatic double.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's just the 3-card hearts, your partner, like the whole reason you make a takeout double of a major is so that you can find a 4-4 fit in the other major. And your partner's going to be sitting there with like their 7 count with 4 hearts, and they're like, yes, we did it. And they'll bid all the way up to the 3 level, and then you'll get doubled and go for 500. So.
Yeah, and particularly here, since you are taking a lot of risk doubling on a light hand, you need to be compensated somehow, and normally that compensation would be finding a hard game that you otherwise wouldn't. Here, that's so remote. You only have Jack 10 third.
Yeah. Okay.
North-South.
Yeah, North-South have some interesting hands. How is 6 hearts as a contract?
You need everything to break, but I think if both majors are 3-2, it's probably just cold, right?
Yeah, it is just cold at both majors. Well,
Yeah,
you
just rough a couple of diamonds. It's not quite enough, I guess.
no, you basically need hearts to split and you need clubs to split, I think.
You need to be able to set up the club suit. Yeah.
That's not you don't have enough entries to do this. I don't know what I'm talking. It looks like six hearts is going to make if they get there. That's my guess. Oh wait, the spades are 4-1. Ooh.
So that's not going to be. Yeah, and I think this is at least good for North South that the stronger player is going to be declare if they do get to whatever contract they're in. The stronger player is going to be declaring it.
Right.
The four spades is not alerted. I think for many pairs it would be Blackwood, but probably not for this one.
It looks to me like South splintered in diamonds and is now bidding four spades because he hasn't told his partner about their spade fit.
I think he might just be Q-bidding.
Okay.
Right? He can't give up over four hearts when he has first round control in all three of the other suits, even having shown a good hand by 2/1 in Splinter.
Yep.
It's just a little too good to drop and not suitable for bidding keycard.
Well, we'll see what Nick thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the club void, obviously, it could be good, but it's starting to look as if South has a real club suit, right? They splinter in diamonds here. They didn't show long spades in support. They didn't 2/1 in hearts. So I think North probably knows his club void is not ideal, as opposed to some 2/1 auctions, right? Like had this gone a spade, two clubs, two hearts, two spades, then there's no guarantee that South has a real club suit.
So Diana's asking about four spades. So yes, more or less, except a lot of people would play kickback here, which would make four spades Blackwood.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely it's not natural, but what unnatural thing it is, I think varies by partnership agreement.
I got it right. See, you haven't played enough client bridge, Craig. I know exactly what's going on in this partnership. This is I will say that this is a common pro bridge player issue, where if you're playing with a weaker sponsor, sometimes four spades can't be passed. Well, look at what happened. Here's what happened, okay? For anyone who's not aware of what's going on, North
enlighten us.
Yeah, like I can explain this. I mean, so like North is the pro player, South is the sponsor, and he made this 2-club bid, game forcing. That is not unclear. 2 hearts was bid showing hearts. 4 diamonds was a splinter, right? I think everyone at the table was with them on 4 diamonds. 4 hearts was bid, and now South bid 4 spades, and North probably thought, hey, I've seen this before, or I've seen similar things before from my partner. He's just trying to splinter before showing his spade support. Because he's worried if it goes like 2 spades, 3 spades, he can't splinter anymore. So he's probably seen similar auctions in the past, and he realized that his partner had spades. I mean, he was right, but he does have a heart suit as well.
Meanwhile, this opening lead effectively gives Declare an extra entry to set up the club, so he's going to do fairly well here.
Yeah, but 4 spades is still... I mean, he's only at the 4 level. My guess is that this contract is going to make, but the 4-1 trump split does complicate matters. It might be correct to just take some ace-kings and cross-ruff.
I think so. If he puts in the queen here, I think he'll definitely make it, because that's just an extra really important trick. Yeah, so you win, you take the ace-king of hearts, you try to ruff a couple of diamonds, you try to single in some club, roughs in the north hand, and all of a sudden you're up to a lot of tricks without breathing hard.
Right. Yep. So he does stick in the queen, which, he probably didn't expect either the queen or 10 to work out well, but there's no way East would be leading the 9 from like Jack 9. So he figures like the only way that he's going to actually get a second club trick is if East was trying to be sneaky, leading away from the king through South's long club suit. So he correctly worked that out.
Yeah, I think East, knowing the North-South have extra values on this auction, trying to put him to a club guess immediately seems sensible. Like if declared a singleton club, East knows the spades aren't breaking because he's got a singleton, so he's going to want to try to talk Declare out of that finesse at trick 1. If North did have a club, obviously here, since he doesn't, the finesse is free.
Right. Yeah, so if I was match pointing this, I would go king of hearts, heart to the ace, diamond ruff, club ruff, that sort of thing from here. Declare is going to try and be as careful as possible to protect against all the bad splits. So I don't know what that means. It might still be king of hearts, heart to the ace. But if he is trying to cross ruff, you do want to cash as many of your side winners before doing so as you can.
He may play heart to the ace, diamond ruff, club ruff, heart toward the king, just in case if hearts are 4-1. Some of the time they'll be 4-1 where the void is in front of the king and they're not roughing out your winner.
Yeah, possible. Although, do we really think East didn't, in favor of leading a club away from the king, has chosen not to lead their stiff heart? Maybe.
If he thinks North-South have a 4-4 heart fit, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's not clear, because I think the club lead is pretty sensible anytime North has a club, regardless of what else is going on in the hand.
Yeah.
So
this feels weird to me.
Something none of us predicted.
Because, like, if West showed out on this trick and pitched a heart, I would start getting concerned. But
the 9 of clubs lead is a little strange in a 3rd and 5th context, but I think so. Maybe he thought that somehow he could rough it out, but I think king 9-8 4th is more likely than king 9-8 3rd for that lead. Like obviously he knows the king is on side when the queen holds. West is good, but probably not that good.
I think there are some hands where leading away from unsupported kings is okay.
And actually, I really like the club lead here because when you have a singleton spade and the opponents have extra values, you're not going to beat this unless you manufacture something. So if you give Declare time to figure out the spade break, maybe he takes a club finesse because he needs to, but when you do it at trick 1, he's just going to have to go up because it would be insane to take that finesse up instead of singleton before you know anything about the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it looks a little silly here, but I think it's a very well-reasoned opening lead by East.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried about Declare's line of play, because if he goes club ruff and then tries to pull trumps in 3 rounds, setting up the clubs and using the king of hearts to get back there, it looks like he's going to lose a trump and 3 diamonds.
I think he has to play. So he's got 4 tricks in. If he can score the ace king of hearts, he only needs 1 diamond ruff, and diamonds warrant 8-1. He knows a diamond ruff is safe. So that's just 9 tricks, right? 3 high spades, 1 ruff, ace king.
Oh yeah, no, I 100% agree with that, but he's scaring me. Like normally when you try and cross ref, you want to cash all your side winners first. So the fact that he's spending so long thinking. Okay, here he goes. King of hearts.
Yeah. I was wondering if maybe he had miscounted something or was like reading really deeply into the opening lead, trying to figure out like just how badly they were chopping him on this deal.
Yeah. But
here, though,
looks good now. He can rough a club, rough a diamond.
Yeah, and notice like all of a sudden this Jackson 9-4 and West is no longer so powerful, right?
Yep.
Like it'll take
now
one
he gets to lead a heart.
Yeah.
Club seems fine. He can pitch a diamond loser.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll take 11 tricks now.
Yep. So PJF says Cope could have made 4 spades on board 6. That feels like a lot of spades. Apparently he had a guess at the end for his contract and got it wrong.
Wonder if maybe he did play the clubs.
Same opening lead.
I wouldn't say correctly, but effectively.
Nope, he played a club to the king, but got a club return, which was helpful. And then a heart switch, giving him a guess for the...
So if he gets it right, I don't think he's... So he plays small, let's say West wins, and plays a diamond. Yeah, I guess you just ruff a club and claim.
Yeah, what happens if West puts in the 10?
I was wondering that, but I don't think it's good enough. You just cross to a spade, ruff a club, and then draw trumps as before. Like, you just need that one heart trick as opposed to the 0 you got under your own power.
Right.
The entry isn't meaningful, it's just the trick that is.
Yep. This heart switch wasn't necessary, I don't think.
I think it's reasonable to get that wrong because West didn't lead a heart. Well, I guess West will always lead a queen of diamonds with queen jack 10, so.
Yeah. Okay, well, 12 tricks made feels like the wrong number. I wasn't watching the last couple of tricks on this board, but I assumed that we were headed towards 11 because West had a natural spade trick.
Unless he's played a spade at the end there, but that seems pretty unlikely.
West did play a spade at the end. Huh?
There you go.
I don't get it.
Nor do I think,
Ish is falling apart. Okay. Well, only an over trick. And we have no idea what will happen at the other table on this board. They might reach 6 hearts, which...
Right.
It's not like a terrible spot. It does require a lot of good things to happen, and it looks like just not enough good stuff happens. But it could make on a club lead. So we'll see. We'll see what happens at the other table. Board 10, we're 2/3 of the way, almost, through the first quarter of play, this final match in the Soloway Knockout, Fall 2022 NABC in Phoenix, Arizona. Pass by East, pass by South, 1 diamond. We get a double by North, so North is planning on showing a power hand with spades with his double. And we get 3 diamond preempt from East.
Yeah, I don't love it, but I don't mind it. It's a pretty strong hand, especially if North is known to be a light overcaller.
Yeah. So South is thinking... I mean, the stiff diamond looks nice.
Yeah, I think 3 hearts is pretty reasonable on his cards, right? He's got, he's got some decent values. He does have the singleton. Possibly that's an indication partner has a little extra in high cards if he has more than 1 diamond. In the North hand.
Yeah, so pass also reasonable. I mean, you don't want to end up in a 4-3 heart fit on this auction, right? Not when you're getting tapped.
Yeah, partner can double again if your side needs to be acting here.
Yeah.
So, reasonable all around.
Yep. So we get to 4 spades. They find their spade fit eventually. Probably going to see a diamond lead. And then, I mean, DeClaire has 2 heart losers, a club, and a diamond, right? Oh, the club setup.
Well, I think he can make it by going after clubs,
Wait, but... Yeah, clubs are just 3-3, and he has plenty of dummy entries. Maybe a spade opening lead would have given DeClaire problems if East-West just kept attacking spades at every opportunity.
Yeah, because it knocks an important entry out of dummy prematurely. Yeah, I think you're right about that. So here, I think they'll return a diamond, just for lack of anything better to do, but they might put the queen of clubs on the table.
You know what's funny? The Jack of Hearts lead probably also beat this. Like, DeClaire technically can get a heart trick, but he has to pull all 3 rounds of trump to make sure East doesn't get a ruff, and then he doesn't have 2 dummy entries to both take the diamond hook and take the heart hook.
Yeah, and I think also, as we saw yesterday, those Jack Doubleton leads are not exactly something Declare is going to be totally attuned to, so he might just run it to the king and play a heart to the 9 fairly confidently.
Yeah, that's also true. But I was just looking double dummy. But after the queen of diamonds lead, which seems totally normal, your side bid and raise diamonds on this auction. North is the one that you kind of expect to be more likely short in the diamond suit. Declare has...
The club switch looks a little strange to me, right? Because West knows Declare is not really going to have any pitches coming up. He can't have enough diamonds to pitch clubs from dummy, and he's got the hearts bottled up, so Declare won't be able to pitch club losers from his hand. Nothing was going to work, but that club does not look all that promising to me.
So what would you have done, though? Continued diamonds?
So what are your defensive tricks? It feels like your best shot might be to play as passively as possible and hope partner has queen third of spades.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. So it doesn't look like the club switch does any harm.
That's true.
From West. But you might be right. I mean, if you're trying to go super passive, maybe a diamond continuation is fine. North has the king remaining, so you're not giving up a rough sluff or anything.
Yeah, just make him work for whatever he needs. Also, you have this you do have this queen jack 9 holding, and Declare might be a little short on dummy entries, so it might help him in a weird way if he had like honor 10.
Right.
The club doesn't look necessary, which to me suggests that it's probably a bad idea. But on the other hand, West is a much stronger player than I am.
This was an exciting auction in the other room on board 8. So North-South ended up getting to 4 spades, which looked like a good save against 4 hearts. East-West had this auction. North opened a club, and East was able to bid 3-no long solid major suit. Looks like double by South, 4 hearts pass or correct by West, all pass. Now, I don't know exactly what North-South's agreements are about this double, but it feels like they should have been able to make the same deduction as in this room and get to their spade contract to try and find the good 4 spade save, but things timed out a little differently, and here it was South who was in the balancing seat. Maybe he felt like he already showed his hand with the double over 3-no.
Yeah, and I think North-South are not a practice partnership, and North quite reasonably thought his pass was forcing, is my guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And South hadn't really shown a negative double, right? South was an unpassed hand, so that double just has values, which obviously he didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
I think North was probably quite surprised that 4 hearts passed out. I certainly would have been.
Right. So
yeah, it feels like a year of the partnership to discuss some of these. Like, obviously not a sequence that comes up much, but you have to know it's just generally are passes forcing or are they non-forcing?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we do see Declare set up the clubs on the previous board, pull trumps, 4 spades been made. I think I'm right about the Jack of Hearts. I don't know if a spade lead is good enough. No. Take a look at that. That is sexy.
The only card in the hand.
Yeah, only card in the hand that beats 4 spades is the Jack of Hearts lead. It is a difficult lead to find. A lot of players really hate leading from Honor Doubleton, and it tends to work out very poorly.
Actually, it also beats it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it also beats it in a fairly straightforward way, in that Declare has to start playing clubs before trumps are drawn, so you just get a rough.
Right. No, that's the... yeah, I mean, Declare can't plan clubs, therefore he must pull trumps, and then you just don't have the entries to take both red suit finesses, which is kind of a hilarious reason that... yeah. but I expect that to probably be a push.
Wow, the North South are playing multi. Who would have thought?
Really? Oh my god. Or, yeah, it looks like they
kind of
have
have
to be, right? So 2 hearts, hearts and a minor, preemptive. The hand doesn't look preemptive. I mean, that looks like a 1 heart bid to me. But
I would absolutely, like, assuming a tolerant partner who knows this is my range, I would absolutely open 1 even if I had this gadget available.
right, yeah. Okay, so we get 2 hearts, 3 hearts, increasing the preempt from north. Looks pretty reasonable with the stiff spade. I mean, you can be pretty confident the opponents have a huge spade fit on this hand. So
Yeah.
I might have even tried 4 hearts on the north cards, if not for fear that it would push them into the spade game.
Yeah, I think you'd want to know exactly what your partner's range is, but yeah, I agree with you. Like even this 10-8 third, knowing that it's in your partner's 5-card suit isn't so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not so good, but not so bad.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we have pushed them into the spade game, but obviously the defense has some work because North's diamonds are stranded.
Yeah, South probably will lead a heart, and that's not great for him since the queen is going to score a trick 1.
Right. What's the advantage of bidding 1 heart when shape and range with 1 bid may be useful for deciding on the level? So I think the point that Craig and I would be making with this hand is way too strong to be preempting. We have these two good 5-card suits. We have an ace and a king on defense. Our partner's never going to believe that we have such a strong hand. So if they had a hand that was, maybe slightly stronger than this, for one thing, we might miss out on 4 hearts if we only had like an 8-card trump fit or even a 9-card trump fit where North didn't want to increase the preempt all the way up to the 4 level. And when the opponents get into the auction and start competing, our partner may make the wrong judgment call. They might sacrifice when we were just beating them on pure power because we have what looks like 1.5 tricks in our own hand. So I think that would be why we would prefer to open a heart, because the hand is it doesn't feel preemptive to us. Is that what you would say, Craig?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're, if your opening 2 range could be the same hand without the ace of clubs, it's really just unplayable.
Mm-hmm.
Your partner's never going to be able to make a sensible decision. Here, like you're a jack light for opening 1 heart. That's a small distortion. You're very heavy for opening 2 hearts. It's a big distortion. So neither is perfect, but you would much rather make the slight distortion than the really big one.
Yeah. Yeah, like imagine the same hand without the club ace. Then that's like a preemptive hand.
Right, and I think South still would have opened 2 hearts on that. It's very difficult when your range becomes more than about a king wide for an opening action. Like think of like 1 no trump 15 to 17. 15 to 18 is kind of unplayable. It's too wide. So same with this 2 heart bid. It's if you can have 3 points and also this really promising 9 count to make a game opposite, a simple raise, it's just too hard to get to the right spot.
Oh, Hey, Stevie. Simon Cope's a good friend of yours and Cooper's. You used to play junior bridge with and against him. Very cool. Very cool. Well, we're excited to see a new team, new players in the finals. I know that I've been out of the loop for a while, but I've always felt like it was just the same players and same teams over and over again, and now we're seeing some new blood. We have Finn Kolesnik, a very talented young U.S. junior, and of course Simon Cope, and some other players on this team who might be lesser known. So always pleased to have new faces appearing. Get to see a bit of a clash of styles. It's the 2nd final he's made in the last 2 years. Wow.
Finn? Well, so I thought if you're talking about Finn Kolesnik, I thought one of them was like one of those sort of like ad hoc online nationals, but not a proper national knockout.
I think he's talking about Simon.
Oh, because I think Finn played on that team with Bart Bramley and Hammond maybe, and they did very well. But that was an online national, so I don't know that you would give it. I certainly would not give it full value, although it's still quite a good result.
Okay, so this hand, I mean, maybe a little interesting. I think East is on the cusp of looking for slam here. Yeah, diamond lead doesn't beat it. Queen Jack Doubleton opposite Doubleton is just a stopper. Yep. So Declare pretty happily gonna claim his 11 tricks on this one. I think. Or are we going to play it out?
I think you do play it out, right? Because it's very difficult for the opponents to figure out that you have Flannery shapes, so they might well screw up their pitches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got to find a lot of discards in that club suit. Probably they won't get it wrong, but if it were me, I would play it out and not feel that that was insulting to my opponents.
Yeah. Yeah, Stevie, make sure you phrase the question in the proper way. Don't ask South how many diamonds they hold, otherwise they'll say 6 and you put your cards away and go down 2.
Yeah, ethical opponents, if you said how many am I going down, they would say -1.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, this does seem like it's taking a long time at trick 1, given that he knows he's dodged what he thinks is an enormous bullet and is obviously just going to start running tricks.
One could hope. It looks like Cope was 2nd in the Vanderbilt in March of this year. That's really impressive. So...
It is really impressive, particularly given what we've seen this tournament.
But... No. We've had nothing but praise for Simon Cope the entire event. Isn't that right, Craig? Wink, wink.
Wow, that's a big result in that team. It was Morton Bilda who won on a 4-handed team a few years ago with Roy and Sabina and his son Dennis. I believe that was the tournament where I gave them a pretty big assist by being on the committee that overturned the match result against Zimmerman when Roy and Sabina had different information on both sides of the screen and then went on to win this tournament. I believe that was St. Louis in 2012, 13.
Okay, looks like play has started up. I don't know what the holdup was, but we do get a spade to the king. Declare is going to run some tricks. And that's how Craig ended up on an international hit list. Exactly.
I'm looking. Maybe it was a Vanderbilt. Because it was St. Louis. I'm almost positive, and that was a spring national. So let's see. What the hell is it here?
Would you have done anything
It was the
differently?
2013 spring nationals.
2013 Spring Nationals.
And I am not a National Appeals Committee member, but they were very desperate for anyone who looked like he knew the order of the suit, so they pressed me into service. Sorry,
Okay.
what was the question?
No, I was going to ask, were you, would you consider doing anything else with these cards other than bumping to 3-0?
I would certainly consider it, but I don't think I would end up doing it. Would you? You really need your partner. Like, he caught his partner with the Queen of Clubs and Ace King, and 3-0 Trump was only makeable on this ridiculous fluke. But I think looking for 5 clubs is also a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know you do hate to put down 7.5 tricks and dummy, but I think the odds of making anything.
I guess one of the difficulties is this is kind of like a system hole in general for a bunch of people in these over a no trump. Like East has a hand where they want to say like you pick partner between 3 no and 5 clubs, and that bid doesn't exist, right?
You can transfer to clubs and bid 3 no trump, and that's kind of what that says, right? Why else would you be taking that sequence?
Right, like you could do that, but maybe people play that as a slam try, mild slam try.
Yeah, I mean, I think here, once again, as we've said a few times this week, you're over strength, so the risk of being in 3 no trump is much lower. You know, you've got, it's true you have extra winners, but you also have extra high cards. You've got an 11 count. Board 9, Cope is going down a couple in 4 spades. That was the hand that Nick LeCuyer got to 4 spades in that weird auction, and then Ish played a spade at the end, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going down in 4 spades does seem like a bit of a double dummy problem to me.
Just okay, like, hold on. So, Stevie, look, be real with me. Cope is a client, right? I just have to know, because he's made a bunch of very suspicious play. Okay, 3-0 making 4 seems like a pretty huge result. Or making 7 feels like a pretty big result. But, well, 4 spades did go down 1 at the other table. Cope is a professional.
North may have picked a couple of parts or something. Professional what?
No.
I mean, like, serious question. Is Cope good enough to be on the English national team?
He plays for a living.
Yeah, but, like, plenty of American pros make a living and will never be in the finals of National Knockout, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't mean that the guy's a world-class expert.
No, I mean, look, if you make it to the finals on 2 separate teams in this thing, you're obviously a very, very strong player. He has done a lot of very suspicious-looking things, so that is the only reason I'm asking.
And in fact, there was a client on the Vanderbilt team in the spring in Vanita Gupta.
Yeah, going down in 4 spades feels a little suspicious to me, but we get a club lead, he pops ace, he plays a heart, roughs a diamond, plays the ace of spades, which looks weird. Plays another spade, which looks super weird.
Why would he not rough a second diamond?
You know, this could be a because who was the player from England? Was it the famous guy from David Gold, right? David Gold? Is that his name?
That is a very good English player.
Yeah, so like we were playing against David Gold in the Blue Ribbons, and he just like completely boneheaded like dumps 4 tricks on the table against me in a no trump, and so like they leave the table and I go to you. I'm just like, man, that client sitting in the East seat is like a moron, and you're like, he just made it to the finals of the Bermuda Bowl this year. And by the way, his partner was the client. So really, really strong players can do some really, really boneheaded things. I mean, I've done a bunch of boneheaded things, and everyone has watched me do it on stream. So, and I'm not even a very good player.
I mean, and I've said this a few times, like, don't discount the difficulty of traveling from Europe to the West Coast of the United States. You know, it's almost as big a time difference as if you went to Asia and played bridge there.
Yeah. Oh, Stevie, no, he was declaring a no trump. But yeah. No, I hear you. Regardless, my point stands. You can do some crazy things and still be a very, very talented. Everyone does it. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And David Gold, like, no question, truly a world-class player.
Yep.
Not on that end.
No. Okay, 5 hearts reached by East here. It looks like they had a bit of a key card auction and realized that they were off a few too many aces.
Yeah, and Paul Street saved them for leading a spade from Jack 4th into dummies Ace Queen 10 9 5th up as a King Doubleton.
Yeah, which is gonna.
It was very, very generous of him.
Yeah, so this is just going to make fairly easily now. Declare can make 3 pitches and then try and guess the clubs for an over trick.
Yeah, I think even on a neutral lead, he was gonna. Well, I guess he actually. Yeah, because he can just rough out spades, pitch his diamonds, and still try to guess the clubs.
Right, as long as he was careful to preserve an entry to the dummy somehow. I wasn't paying that close attention to the heart spots, but if they were 6-4 with like honor small opposite a blocked heart suit, then maybe he would have to be a little careful about the way he played. Either way,
I didn't see either. On a different lead, he would have remembered to unblock his middle spots from hand.
Yeah.
Keep that 5 and dummy as an entry if he needed it.
Oh, it was pointed out that if South had made, I'm not sure what the auction was, but if South had made a club lead against the contract, which feels more normal to me, Queen 9 4th rather than Jack 8 4th, a diamond switch would have set the contract, so could be a swing. I mean, it looks a little aggressive for East-West to be getting to the 5 level on those cards, though.
Yeah, so West here showed a limit raise plus, also a little aggressive on that hand. So South presumably wanted to lead the most passive thing, so he chose his Jack 4th. I think probably not the mainstream expert choice on a hand like that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of players would want to lead a club, hoping partner has, maybe just the king, and you set up a trick, and the spade is much more likely to blow into partner's queen and give up the entire suit. Like here, it gave up the suit in a strange, unexpected way when dummy at Ace Queen 10 9 5th.
Yep. Yeah,
so East-West, I think, blunting some of the momentum North-South had been picking up earlier.
Well, I mean, still pretty sizable lead to the Street squad. They're up 19. We are missing a few comparisons. Looks like they've picked up the pace. PJF has alerted us that East did not find the Jack of Hearts lead on board 10, the double dummy Jack of Hearts lead, and North is declaring in 4 spades, so I'm guessing they will find a similar line of play to set up the club suit and make their contract.
One would think, but based on what we've seen, you never know.
We will try to stop the England bashing soon, I promise. Speaking of, it's only fair, right? Because England has won our group in the World Cup, and we finished second. Go US! USA has made it to the round of 16 in the World Cup.
Saw that, right? By beating Iran in the last qualifying match, was that right?
Yeah. Yeah, so England beat us on goal differential, I think, or maybe they won by a full match point or something. But they took the first place in the group. Belgium and Canada out today. Yeah, Canada had a bit of a rough run of it.
That still feels like a good result for Canada, who I don't think of as an international soccer power.
They have done well in some past World Cups. Yeah, thanks, Diana. England won the group outright. They were the favorites. I mean, they're a much stronger team than the US. So we got to take our punches where we can find them, because we're never going to beat England in soccer or football, depending on where you live. Wow, this auction is heated up. We get a double of three spades. I mean, it looked like North-South might have been fishing for 3-no. They didn't find a major suit fit.
Yeah, I think North showed his normal diamond invite opposite partner's opening bid, and South with a 15 count was accepting but needed to ask for a spade stopper. So
right, so 3-no still looks like the right spot.
Yeah, although I suspect both North and South are going to think that spades are 5-3 after that double.
Wait, 3-no doesn't look like the right spot. 5 diamonds is just cold, and 3-no requires 4 spades.
Right.
Yeah, it is exciting that Australia have qualified. Australia not necessarily well known to be a powerhouse. So North-South do reach 5 diamonds, and that looks like after 2 rounds of spades, they're just going to take the rest. So we'll judge
There's really nothing
to kind of diagnose the spade issue.
Yeah, with diamonds 2-2, there's really nothing to this one. You just rough 2 clubs and that's that. Pitch 1 on the ace of hearts.
I guess the play is a little tricky. I think what you end up doing is just cross-roughing.
Yeah, I think you definitely have to find some safety play against 3-1 diamonds.
Yeah. Yeah, because all of your trumps are high save for the 5. So if you get to rough a heart with the 5 of diamonds, you can just cross-rough after they take their 2 spades.
Assuming that you can cash both the ace king of clubs, but you certainly rate to be able to. Clubs are almost certainly not 6-1 here.
Right. Oh wait, you can just play the 5 of diamonds to the king. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, I think you roll 1 round of trumps, play another club, and claim. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so LeCuyer takes one of those lines of play, claims his 11 tricks.
Yeah.
And we have another long heart suit. This one not as strong as the last one, but an 8-card suit nonetheless.
So I actually might have won only 3 hearts, given the suit is so weak, and the Queen of Spades is a pretty bad holding because it's gonna stop the opponents from hitting spades some of the time.
Yeah. I like 3 hearts. I think this is like the playing strength of a 3-heart opener. That's what I would go with.
Especially red-white.
Yep. So if it does go 3 hearts, probably...
Tough decision by West here.
I mean, I could see a variety of things from West. Like, I could see pass. I could see 3-no. Okay, 4 hearts. It's probably just going to go pass, 4 spades.
So I think West would probably pass, but I 4 diamonds seems a little crazy to me because, like big targets, not small ones. 3-no actually seems totally plausible to me.
Yep.
Yeah, if partner just turns up with like the king of diamonds and nothing else, you've got 8 tricks right there, and if he has anything to go with, you'll probably score a game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you're not vulnerable. So, like,
yeah,
if something really terrible happens, if it does go 3 hearts, 3-no, like, and after 2 seconds the board comes back to your side of the screen with double pass, like, you probably have a good idea of what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you would probably suspect that the double there was based on a strong spade lead, right? So you can bid 4 diamonds and not even be too worried about going for a number there.
Yep. Well, all right. Looks like 4 spades is going to be the spot.
West has a very good hand here for never having taken an action. I think he'll probably end up passing, but I don't blame him for taking some time to think it through.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like you just don't have spade support. Your partner's in balancing seat. Ace, Queen of Hearts might not be great.
Yeah. I think he'll decide all of this in in a little while, but I do not blame him at all for trying to go through all the possibilities in his mind.
Sure.
You do have quite a strong hand, given your initial pass.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is a little weird to have a hand that would bid 3-0 over 3 hearts, but insta pass here.
I guess. I mean, I wasn't saying 3-0 is like automatic over 3 hearts, but I think that is a sensible choice. He does pass, so that's going to be good judgment for East-West because diamond, diamond, diamond gives LeCuyer some problems at a higher level.
Yeah, I think a slow pass feels about right to me.
Is that in your system notes?
I think if I had a partner who insta-passed that, I would question their judgment to not even consider the possibility that we had something above 4 spades.
Whoa. I was wondering if North would do anything over 4 spades. I thought that it was unlikely.
I think West will certainly double this.
Yep.
What else can he possibly do? And they'll take 5 tricks to get 800 against their 420, I guess it was. They were going to lose 2 diamonds, and actually no, they were going to go. Were they going to go down in 4 hearts? I think they were.
No, the hook is working.
Yeah, but it doesn't help you, right?
Well, ace king of diamonds, diamond. You promote a trick, but the diamonds are set up. LeCuyer just like pulls trumps.
Oh, right. You're right.
Sorry, saying the heart hook was working was like really not helpful because it doesn't get you any extra tricks you need, but the diamonds are set up.
No, I forgot that you can't set up both your club and your promotion.
Yeah.
But here they'll just make 800 and win however much they win, probably 9 imps for this rate, 380.
Yeah.
800.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 9 imps, 380.
So, good result for East-West to get back into into a 1-game swing differential in the match.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder if North's 5 heart bid was based on the fact that South opened 4 instead of 3, expecting at this colors better trumps.
He may think that 5 hearts is possibly a make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like king, queen, jack, 8, 8, 3, 1, 1.
Yep.
Or even 8, 2, 2, 1 if the club is on side and only 1 spade to lose.
Yeah, so we have PJF saying Street is going to pick up some more imps on board 11.
5 imps, so they're making 110. No, that would be like 5 imps would be 120. That seems like an unusual result. 140 would be 6 imps, right? No, 140 would be 5. You're right.
Okay, well, let's head over to the other table. Street has had the better of this set so far.
Yeah, it's always a little rough to have a bad result on the last board because that's what you're going to be thinking about heading into the next quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'd much rather have that 800 on board, 4. And, board 1, it's also bad because now it's what did we do to lead off this match? But you'd much rather have that result in the middle of the set than on the last board.
Mm-hmm.
Board 11, I see they're playing 3 spades. They'll presumably make this.
So, it's not obvious to me why people are thinking that this is making. I thought 3 spades was going... I thought you only had 8 tricks if they defend double dummy.
Right, this is the one where they let a hearted trick 1 to concede the 9th trick immediately, which presumably did not happen at this table since South has all 5 hearts left.
Right. Yeah, so it looks like this is going to be a push.
Yeah, you can't end play anyone. Even if you lead a diamond to the 9, North can just cash his diamonds and play a heart. So,
Wait,
yeah, it looks like
wait. No, he just throws diamonds. Oh, that was a mistake, right? LeCuyer could have just pitched 2 diamonds on clubs. Exit the 5 of clubs to South.
Oh, and end play South. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
You're right.
Aha.
So this will be a somewhat fortunate push for the street team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
The claim of 9 tricks accepted.
okay.
What?
All right,
Oh, no.
maybe Declare did find that line, pitching diamonds on the clubs.
Yeah, you see that a lot in these matches where when Declare does something that the view graph operator like isn't at a good enough level of play to see, they'll just like, oh, of course he roughed it, like not envisioning this, and then everything just gets totally screwed up.
Yeah, and actually, I didn't even notice the auction. North had opened 3 diamonds, so Declare knew about the 6-0 diamond split. He had to have figured
Right.
everything out. So yeah, it was well played to end play south. It looks like to pick up a small swing for the street team. And here we'll see what West chooses to open. The other room, they opened a no trump on West cards and just vaulted into 3 no
I do
trump
wanna see
very
the play.
quickly.
We were watching the other room, but I still want to see the play there because 520 is so many tricks.
Yeah, we got a little distracted. So we got a spade opening lead.
North must have pitched 2 hearts. It's the only real possibility. I think you take, at least 4 hearts, 7 clubs, and 2 spades. Or North pitched another spade, and you took the 5 of spades as your 13th trick.
It's still not enough.
It's still not enough. That is true.
Yeah, there was a claim here. I think the view graph operator probably lost the track of the play
Right.
at some point, but I'm going to believe them that they took 13 tricks.
So here, things starting very differently with West taking the more normal decision that their 4-5-2-2 is not a strong no trump.
Yeah, so double by East is weird.
They probably play negative free bids, and this is the only way they can show a force.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how popular that method is these days, but it's hard to imagine any other reason for that double.
Right.
Certainly not something I've seen at a top level in a very long time.
Mhm.
It had its vogue decades and decades ago, and everyone realized that it was very difficult to play that way if you can't show your suits. You know, the opponents can just jump around and totally pickle your plans.
2 diamonds.
That seems... I mean... I don't see why, if he was going to bid a desperation suit opposite what he thinks could be a normal negative double, why wouldn't you bid your cheapest suit?
I'm not sure what's going on. Now, okay,
Maybe he really bid 2 hearts. That's very possible.
possible. Maybe South bid 2 diamonds. That would be weird, but maybe. Also, would you pass a spade doubled with West?
No.
No. Okay.
Would you?
I would think about it.
Yeah, I think you have... Alright. As expected, whatever was bid, it was not 2 diamonds.
Yeah.
She knows seems pretty eccentric also to me. Yeah, I mean, you have, like... If you can catch the ace-king of hearts, which isn't assured, you're going to have, like, 4.5 tricks. The 8 of spades... And and just having 4 spades is nice. It's not a terrific holding. Your partner needs to have an awfully good hand for you to go plus. Like, do you really want to be passing for like a hair raising down 1? Not my style.
Well, I'm not trying to get a cheap down 1. I'm trying to get like 500 or 800 against our game. But
Oh
yeah.
no, I get that. But I think that's like so remote that I'm. Like, yeah, obviously, if I thought there was a chance for 500, I would insta pass, but I don't think there really is. Yeah, so they did get to the same 3-no trump. They also let a spade. Obviously, a diamond lead for the north hand is more or less inconceivable. Like, it's not that bid diamonds. Even then, you might not I not want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring that declare as a stopper, so you're, so declare is going to have the same decision of just quite how insulting to be to their opponents here.
Exactly.
It was correct to be pretty insulting at the other table.
Oh, there it is. See, that's probably what I would do, honestly. I would just face my hand and be like, here's 11.
At this table, it's going to be much easier for North to pitch appropriately. The other room, you just can't envision this possibility for a one no trump opening, so I don't blame North for making what we can see was a double dummy mistake in the pitching.
Yeah.
You just can't play people to have Flannery shapes when they open a no trump.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 2 imps to cope. They brought it back. They're down only 22. 3 boards to go in this segment, and then there will be a quick break to compare. We'll be back for the second quarter of action. Oh, we are getting... So I did see a message from the table commentary that they believe... where's the auction here? Where is the table I'm at? There we go. They say a heart, a spade, 2 clubs would have been a transfer to diamonds from the east hand. So they have no way, apparently, to show a natural club suit.
They probably, scratch their head or something.
Yeah. The joke continues to be funny.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's... So double is 2-way then, either a normal negative double or clubs?
I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's not even so bad. Most of the time you get to sort it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here, I guess they're taking a break for some bizarre reason with 3 boards to go.
They're on their 4th smoke break of the segment, maybe.
Possible. Don't know about Kevin. I'm almost positive does not smoke. North, one of our kibitzers may know. Any given Italian is pretty likely to be a smoker, so that's very plausible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe this is why they've been so slow.
Yeah, I don't know. Both these Italians are young and appear fairly healthy, but that doesn't mean they don't smoke.
Sure. Okay, so here's the one where the other table did get a little excited and reach all the way up to 5 hearts, but no harm when South couldn't find the club opening lead.
Would guess that they'll stop in 4, despite East having quite a strong hand here.
Yeah.
West will still make a limit raise. East will still be interested in bigger things. And maybe just do key card as East. If you find the right number of aces, you can just almost guarantee a slam opposite any 4-card trump holding.
What are these archaic methods? 3 clubs showing a limit raise with 4 trumps?
They're really playing Bergen here. It's bizarre.
They must have gone to a beginner bridge class and was like, wow, that sounds like a good convention. Let's add it to our card. The instructor was very excited about these Bergen raises.
Yeah, so this pair has been playing together for a few years now. And Bergen, I think, fell out of favor, at least in the U.S., because it just allocates the entire 3 level to hands that just aren't that different from each other.
Yeah.
Those bids, especially playing 2/1, you really need those bids for other purposes. My guess would be they're not playing full Bergen, but that they are playing 3 clubs, either limit or even mixed, right? It's not totally clear which you want to show with the West hand.
Mm-hmm.
They might play 3 hearts preemptive, 2 no limit plus 3 clubs mixed.
Right. Yeah, so we do see the same spade lead here. I think this auction's a little different. Now, it might depend on North-South's agreements over 3 clubs. if three clubs was a limit raise, then I think a lot of people play double as lead directing. If three clubs was a mixed raise, I think a lot of people would play double as takeout.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. So it's possible that North didn't have a lead directing club double, or sorry, other way. It's possible North had a lead directing club double available, chose not to give it, and that's why South went with a spade lead rather than a club.
Yeah, I think a very small inference, but when you have nothing else to go on, what else can you do?
Right.
Here, of course, it wasn't even going to matter because if you let a club to get the diamond through, that would resolve LeCuyer's club guess, so we'd always make 4.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So we do see I wasn't aware of the heart blockage in the other room, but now it's very clear. Hearts are blocked, so yes, DeClaire basically has to take this line of play, and I think he's going to lose an imp for his troubles. Well, maybe. He could still guess the clubs correctly.
Well, he could have unblocked the king of spades, but he's obviously worried about a ruff.
Right, that's the whole point. Had he unblocked the spade king, he would have been risking a ruff and going down in 4. So he wasn't able to do that before.
Yeah, so I'll pitch a
pulling
diamond
trumps.
here, try to guess the clubs, but know that at worst he's going to lose 2 clubs and a diamond.
Yep. And he does guess maybe he guesses the clubs. Nope. Same club guess as at the other table. And he's going to end up
And also,
costing an imp.
yeah. Also reasonably, because there is this slight inference that South has the ace of clubs since he chose not to lead one.
Yep. So Cope picks up 1. We have 2 boards to play in the segment. Board 14, the one coming up, I think was the one where North-South did well to diagnose their spade problem in no trump. They bid pretty accurately to the... I mean, I say it's a good 5 diamond contract, but am I actually correct about that? Let me give it a stare for a second. It looks like you should be able to set up hearts if they attack trumps.
I think you don't even need to, right? Because you can just ruff 2 clubs and take 7 diamonds, ace king. Even if they lead a trump, you just play that way. As long as you can catch the second club, you're just home.
You're right. Yeah, so it does look like 5 diamonds is an excellent spot. Much better than 3 no trump, even though both contracts make. And we'll see how North-South do here. My guess is it'll start pretty similar to the other room, a diamond, a heart, 2 clubs.
I think the first 4 bids will be the same. 2 clubs by South, 3 diamonds by North.
Mm-hmm.
And then South probably will also find this 3 spade asking bid. Whether or not this West will double, we'll see. Probably with a blank hand opposite, and strong enough spades, they'll duplicate that double.
Yeah, would you open the South hand to no trump ever?
I would not, but I strongly suspect that you would.
I really would. But I just like having all my 15 to 17s in one place or 14 to 16s in one place.
Yeah, with the if you reverse the minors, I'd be a lot more likely to. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Here you've got the easy rebid.
Yep.
Your 3 little stiff king, ace king 4th, ace jack 5th. Now you can't reverse, and rebidding 2 clubs is way under strength. So that hand to me is attractive for no trump. Here, you show your shape, and you're only making the 1 distortion.
Yep.
Your strength is a little off, but your shape is accurate. So I'm more willing to take that path.
Yeah.
I don't want to just work both.
Yeah, so in fact, they've duplicated the auction from the other room so far.
Yeah, I mean, pretty normal in high-level bridge to have sequences like this. I think some Wests who aren't quite as strong might not double since they're only on a 4-card spade suit, but when there's absolutely no chance of a redouble and you have no other lead you can stand, I think it's mandatory.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we see the first deviation. South elects to redouble. He's hoping... I believe most pairs would play that redouble as showing like half a stopper.
I think so too. Yeah.
So maybe South is thinking that it's possible they have like a 3-3 spade fid in the North-South, and he's still hoping that 3 no trump would be a better spot. Because if North had the same hand with 3 spades in one club, then 5 diamonds would go down, the opponents could take the first 3 spades, and as long as spades are 4-3 between the opponent's hands, then 3 no trump is still making.
Yeah, I think you more or less read South's mind.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a better bid than the one chosen in the other room for this reason, that it keeps everything open, including 3 no trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so operator error here. West is not the one who bid 5 diamonds, but it looks like North just elected to go with the minor suit game.
Yeah, a little surprisingly, right, knowing that he's guaranteed to be off the first 2 spade tricks, and if his partner did have the partial that the redouble might show for some people, 3 no trump is probably playable.
Yeah, I mean, he might be worried that South could have Queen Doubleton as his, like, spade partial stopper, but I do agree with you that, like, Jack Doubleton looks like a pretty good... Oh my god. No, please stop.
I suspect that South is just going to open 5 diamonds now, and they'll get on with it. I think, because the play has probably already started, right? The operator's in a total panic now to get back on track.
Yep. Oh no. Okay.
I obviously not the least, but
yeah, we're gonna have to go back one more time.
They're just gonna put in the final contract and try to like reconstruct the early play. Although my guess would be they've totally forgotten what happens.
Yep. Okay, King of Spades. Yep.
We're seeing some stratified BCD view graph operating.
Mm-hmm.
So I think probably this will be very similar to playing in the other room, where LeCuyer is just going to draw 1 trump, unblock as many aces and kings as he can. Obviously, they'll all survive, and then just have the side cross rough.
Yep. So looking at push in on this one. And the last board, I think, was a pretty large swing to street, if I remembered correctly.
No, it was a pretty large swing to not street, because street bid, or, Nick LeCuyer raised his partner's 4 hearts to 5 and went for 800 on kind of a nothing deal.
Yeah. Right.
It'll be at least 8 imps to the Rosenberg team, assuming that they do not go for 800 for no reason.
Right. Yep. Okay. So the match is gonna tighten up a little bit, moving into the second quarter. Still 45 boards to be played. Well, 46. We got this board to finish up, and then one more for this segment.
45 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this, I think, LeCuyer will possibly just claim now and ask if everything survives. Maybe he'll go through the motions of cashing his winners. I think LeCuyer is going to be very confident that all of his aces and kings survive, and that no one has a singleton on once he knows the spades are more or less splitting.
Yeah, okay. I'm just not going to trust the play there, because I don't believe that Kevin would have cashed that second diamond. That feels like a huge blunder.
It's safe enough, right? You only need 2 roughs.
Oh, you do only need 2 roughs. Never mind. I forgot Ace of Hearts. Yeah, so once you cash the second diamond, Trump's split, and then you don't even need to worry about getting over roughed or anything.
Indeed.
So, very cool.
7 diamonds and 4 ace kings is 11 tricks.
Yeah, PJF says, are we not even calling it the Coke team? Yeah, Craig has made a commentary blunder, calling it the Rosenberg team, but it's well-deserved. Kevin is taking over.
I say I should have been calling it by the name of the sponsor.
Yes. I was team captain
It's all in
once.
good fun, and I'm just being a little catty here.
Yeah. No, I was team captain once, so I sponsored my own team. It was when I played with Dory in the mixed BAM. she filled out the thing, but she doesn't want to be like at the first on the score sheet, so she put me on the top of the score sheet, or the entry form. And so so it was the Brady team.
The 3-heart opening bid that you and I advocated for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also in a knockout match where there's like seating rights and maybe committee issues, it's better for one of the experts to be on call for those purposes, even if the captain like wants to be remembered as the captain.
Right.
So not unusual for one of the pros to be named as captain, even on a sponsored team for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
The captain does have some responsibilities that the sponsor often is going to want to dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here they're going to take probably the first 3 tricks fairly quickly and score a nice swing for getting to compare with plus 800.
Yep. So there will be the short break. Now,
So this is going to be a huge swing rather than East-West, because East-West and the other were plus 800, and here they're going to be plus 420. So it's going to be like, what, 16 imps, I think?
East-West. No.
East-West are plus in both rooms.
Right, but that's normal.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah. So this is just gonna be we said 9.
It'll be 9.
I think we settled on 9 was the number. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm losing my mind here. I'll go out for a cup of coffee at the break.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick break, use the restroom, probably grab a water, and then we will be back for some second quarter action. So everyone stand by. Now, I will put in my title, and should I quickly restart stream? Everyone says that the stream is fine. I'll leave it. I don't want to touch anything, but I will have to send a message to someone, customer service, to figure out what's going on. But I will remind everyone.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
For what it's worth, I'm talking through Discord but watching on Twitch, and the stream does not seem impacted in any way to me either.
Okay. I mean, that's good news, and I think that part of it is, like you had problems with my stream a while back, but I finally became a fully fledged member of the Twitch community when I made affiliate a while back, and so I think they've given me more resources to stream, so that could be a reason why things are going a bit more smoothly. But regardless, I hate that every month I have to reset all of my settings, so I need to find a way to fix that. Well, I did want to mention, is Declare taking the hard hook? Was that risky at all? I guess it wasn't. So Declare is making an enormous number of tricks on this one, and only 8 imps. Oh, wait. Should have been 12 tricks. Regardless, it's the same 8 imps. Street up by 13, so we're going to take a quick break while the teams compare.